Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're either catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44, or my Facebook page, True Divine 44. Like, share, subscribes and comments on either or both of those platforms. Greatly appreciated. Much love to everybody who's done that thus far. So I'm putting out as many general readings as I can, daily readings, which I pick up on a collective of the energies, translate those via tarot and bring them to you on both of those platforms just mentioned. I'm also putting out monthly sign by sign readings just to give a little bit more guidance, a little bit more specific guidance, inspiration and support to those who need it. Now, because they are both general, I'm picking up on the collective. Some of them are going to resonate with you, some of them aren't. They might all resonate with you, they might all not. Take what serves you, take what helps you, guides you along your way, and leave the rest behind. Don't try and bend it to your will. So this video is for the lovely Cancer, and it is for April 2020, and I've got 4 cards, one for each week of the month, and then 4 clarifying cards to clarify the first 4 cards. So for the first week, Cancer, we have the World card, another major arcana. The major arcanas have been popping off in these monthly readings, even though there's not too many cards pulled. So yours is the World card. Things really coming to a conclusion where ultimately a lot of you Cancerians have been through a very tough time, and ultimately this feels like a victory, an ending of a cycle where you really have learnt, expanded, healed, moved forward with many of the lessons that have been thrown at you throughout this cycle. And it's coming to an end in a place of you feeling victorious, not in a gloaty way, not in a egotistical way, just in a knowing that you've achieved, you've attained something here. It hasn't all been wasted. There's been much gain here in the kind of lessons that you have gone through, and that you've translated into something that is good for you and that you can ultimately use on your way. So to clarify this World card, we have the 5 of Cups. And I really do feel, like I said before, you have had a tough time, many of you, and there's been a real conclusion to that, in that for you, I really feel like this is the drawing to an end of a cycle where you have for a long time felt like the 5 of Cups, in that the good 2 cups behind you that are balanced, that are whole, that can take you on your way, have been veiled from you, have been shaded from your sight, because of the way you've been made to feel and the way you've allowed yourself to feel during the cycle that has come up to the closing point of this World card, where you have been very concentrated on the 3 cups that are spilled here, that this guy is sort of mourning over. In a way, for a lot of you, I feel like the people involved in this cycle, the characters that were involved along the way in this cycle, the World card, it's almost like a role reversal. You're coming into the month of April where you do feel victorious, not over anybody else in particular, but just over self, in that somehow, some way, you have managed to flip the script and turn yourself around and focus on the 2 cups that are full, that are whole, and are well equipped to take you on your way. The people that have been involved in this cycle that have maybe enjoyed making you feel this way, Cancer, now they are feeling that way. They are feeling mournful over the loss of you, and I feel like they know that it's the loss of you. Intuitively they feel that you have grown, you've expanded, and you have moved on, not just physically but mentally and emotionally, and they know, they feel that that cycle is drawing to a close. that they maybe overplayed their cards a little bit. They maybe overplayed that control a little bit, and you took back that control. You took back that control over self, and you're on your merry way, and they are in the position that you had found yourself in for a long period of time, drawing up to the pulling of this World card. So for the second week, we've got the Five of Pentacles, and there's this feeling where there may be a feeling of lack financially. There may be some financial worries that you're having, that like many are having right now in the current status quo that many of us are in, i.e. this isolation, this not being able to go to work. If you're not fortunate enough to be able to work from home, you may be feeling that worry, you may be feeling that strain a little bit in the second week of April, this real feeling of lack. With that being said though, you just know intuitively, Cancer, with this World card being in place, you just know intuitively that you're going to be okay. Materialistically, you are going to be provided for, in that you just know that it was the right thing to do to move away from this Five of Cups feeling and go into this World card, knowing that you were ending that cycle. And for a short interim in the second week of April, yes, you might be feeling this other five, this Five of Pentacles, where there is this financial lack, there is this tiny worry of what will happen in your material realm. But there's this inner knowing with this World card coming in first that it's short-lived, and it's not lasting for you, and that is a feeling that I would back 100% from what I'm getting from this reading. Because to clarify this Five of Pentacles, another Five of Pentacles comes out. One thing to say to this is that it really does speak to the fact that you're not alone, and you're really not alone at this period of time with the financial lack, the worry of how you will sustain yourself materialistically, in that you're involved right now in a collective feeling of this, of what is going to come after this viral period is over, what's going to come of the material world, what after this is all over, after this is all said and done. And actually, I just feel intuitively from an inner space and inner knowing that actually you are in almost superior place to many others, in that you just have this knowing, this deep knowing that it's okay, this too shall pass, and I'm not alone in this. This is very collective right now. It's going to be okay. And so this feeling, actually, other people could look to you for guidance and just inspiration on how to be in this period of time. And again, this brings it into a 10. The 5 and the 5 brings it into a 10, especially being 5 and 5 of the same suit. I'm holding the 10 of Pentacles here. So you just intuitively know that that 10 of Pentacles is somehow, some way going to be drawn into your life, that you are going to draw it into your life through your creativity, through your positivity, through your just trust, this inner trust that you seem to have. And that's an awesome thing to have in the second week of April. And I hope, if you're already having those niggly feelings of this, just it's going to be okay. I hope that this reading goes to somewhat to really bolster and back up that feeling, because this is, it just feels definite, it just feels assured, it just feels that you can trust in it. So for the third week, And this really clarifies for me that you're right in thinking that it's okay to just trust, to just know that you have brought in, actually, from the Five of Pentacles, you've brought in the Ten of Pentacles very, very quickly, because the Sun comes out for you, a major arcana, possibly the most benevolent card in the deck. With the Sun, there's this time of recuperation, there's this time of rest, and right now in the current situation, which I do see lasting into April for many people, there's this time for you to take advantage of this and really get yourself whole and rest from this period of time that you were in, the Five of Cups leading up to the World for you, before this month started, to just get yourself replenished, get yourself whole again. Now this card, this Sun card, brings in all of the feelings of joy, bliss, happiness, but also for you, Cancer, it's for me, I'm seeing that inner sun that we all have the possibility to make shine. And whatever these trials and tribulations were leading up to this World card, leading up to you just trusting in, knowing and manifesting this Ten of Pentacles from two Fives of Pentacles, there's just this inner sun starting to shine. Your heart chakra is shining like the sun, and it's reflecting on your outside world, and your body is reflecting that on your inner world, your inner emotions. There's this feeling of wholeness, there's this feeling of really getting back to your spiritual path, getting back to your real inner truths, your self-truths, your self-knowings, really having a time of getting to know thyself, and really within the sun's just for those who resonate with this reading, it makes you a little bit speechless, in that the energy is a little bit overwhelming, in the most pleasant way, in the most blissful way, in that there's this heat coming from the heart chakra, this heat that's emanating from within you. And you're going to find in the third week of April that people are drawn to you, and whatever you touch seems to grow, whatever you put your energy into, just like the real physical sun, your inner sun is growing you on the inside. It's growing the seeds of knowledge, of truths that you've planted, the lessons that you've planted, all of those different seeds that you've planted within you, because of the experiences that you've had leading up to this month. The outer sun is shining on you, but also that is really truly reflected on the inside of you. And these seeds of knowledge, truths, lessons are growing and expanding you more and more and more as the week goes on. To clarify that, we've got the Ten of Cups, so there's that another 10. You really are just finishing off cycles and attaining the highest, most optimum outcomes to each one of those cycles. So with this Ten of Cups and this inner sun feeling that I'm getting, this is true alignment with your soul's journey, alignment with what you're doing right now, having the ability and the wisdom to enjoy the present, to enjoy each moment that you have, to feel blissfully aware of how precious this experience is, how important it is that you enjoy every moment, that you expand yourself as much as possible while you're here, and enjoy yourself as much as possible while you're here, and having the most wisdom, in that people might look at you and see that you right now are very childlike, very jovial, very happy and excited. And that's too easily passed off by people who don't know. But people who have the wisdom to know that the more childlike, the more in the present moment that you can be, the most you're going to get from this experience every time. And you're there. And so this is a really truly beautiful reading, and this is a really truly beautiful week in the month, this third week in the month for you, Cancer. And it's truly deserved. It really is a gorgeous, gorgeous reading. So for the fourth week, we have a little bit of a throw in, a little bit of a curveball, and it's from such an expansive reading. There's this Queen of Swords. So this Queen of Swords, you know, she's very intellectual. She has gotten to be on her throne because of the harsh lessons that she's been through. So to some she might seem quite evasive, a little bit cold, a little bit, you know, cut and dry. She speaks it how it is. She doesn't suffer fools, and she doesn't put up with bullshit. She'll call it for what it is. But she really does honour wisdom. She really does honour mental agility. She does honour integrity, both in herself and others. And so you come at this Queen straight, and she gives it back to you straight. There's no messing around, there's no doubt, there's no misunderstandings. It's very clear and clean cut. So she can be a real breath of fresh air. So for the fourth week in April, there's some truths being told. There's some kind of misunderstandings being cleared up. Now, it might be for some of you, Cancers, that you are actually having to speak some truths to somebody from your past. It could be the past month before April. It could be from much further back. But it's somebody still in their heads, in their perception, trapped in a cycle that they used to be in with you, but they've stayed at that moment in time. And so they are trapped now in this Eight of Swords energy, where they've self-imprisoned themselves, and they've got themselves surrounded by these thoughts that are swirling around them, these swords that keep going around and around in circles in their head. They might be coming at you, because for a lot of you, I see you as this Queen of Swords, and they might be coming at you with the projection of this cycle still being real, this cycle, this part of their lives that they had with you still being very on point and very in the present, because that is their perception. They never got themselves out of that cycle in their heads with you. They never sort of finished off the cycle with you in their heads, in their perception. So it might be that it's a little bit of an uncomfortable position for you, usually, Cancer, because usually you would want to be a little bit more gentle, a little bit more nurturing about the messages you need to deliver to this person. However, with all of this growth that you've been doing, as well as knowing the importance of being childlike, compassionate, nurturing, and in alignment, you've also gained the wisdom with this Sun card growing every aspect of you, every aspect of self. And part of that is wisdom and integrity. And now you've learned that actually it's okay to have boundaries, and actually it's okay to speak truths, not in a nasty way, but in a very straight way, which is something that maybe you hadn't learned to do very well in the past. But with all of these lessons and with this sun beaming down, there's been an expansion of all aspects of you, like I said. And so you do have this aspect of you now in your toolbox to be like the energy of this Queen of Swords, very straight talking, to the point. And I do feel you might be putting this person from your past in their place, and letting them know that actually no, I haven't been part of that cycle for a very long time, and actually that cycle is only real in your head. It's only real in your thoughts. It doesn't actually exist in reality anymore, and that's okay. That's truly okay. And so for those that resonates with, I know it seems like a real curveball. It seems like something so different to the rest of this reading. But as I said, this sun, this world card, and this sun, these two tens, the 10 of cups, and then the adding together the 10 of pentacles with both of those cards together, you know, you've grown in all areas and all aspects of self. Whereas in the past, this person returning to you, you might have felt some kind of unwarranted guilt, or some kind of responsibility for their behavior, for how they're feeling. But because of this sun card, like I said, you've grown in wisdom and integrity, and you know it's okay to have your boundaries, and you know it's okay to stop anybody from placing falsehoods on you or placing blame on you where it can't land, because it's not real. It's not really yours to own. It's not really yours to have. So although it might sound a little bit uncomfortable to you right now, if this reading resonates with you, by the end of the month you will be more than prepared to deal with this return, to deal with the truth that you maybe have to speak to this person. And this person can choose to listen properly or not. That's not your problem. But the energy of this Queen knows that. The energy of this Queen knows that it's just her job to deliver what she has to deliver, and then it's whoever wants to listen, whoever doesn't. But she's done her role and the boundaries are set. So that's a real interesting reading, Cancer. I'm just going to pull a clarifying card for any other any other options that this might. One second. Ear shot. Okay. 8 of Wands. So we've got an 8 and an 8. So yeah, the messages might come in hot and heavy from this person trying to drag you into something from the past. And just know that it's because they are actually trapped in that part of the past that they had with you, in that one little segment of the cycle that they had with you, and they've gotten themselves trapped in that prison, that self-imposed prison that really has nothing to do with you anymore. You were just a character in that scene. But you know, they feel that they have some kind of reckoning to have with you, some kind of standoff to have with you. I don't even think they know what they want out of any kind of standoff or any kind of discussion, or I don't think they know. They're just stuck in this repetitive cycle and they think you're the one that should get them out of it. So we've got the 5 of Coins as well. It might be as well, this person from the past, it's not bringing me up anything new, but it might be that this person from the past doesn't quite understand how you've left, you've moved on with this world cycle, and how all of a sudden, so very quickly, within 1 month, you've got this Ten of Pentacles, there's this potential of travel with that Ten of Pentacles also. This Sun card, so much growth, this alignment with this Ten of Cups, and then this ability to be the Queen of Swords. There's jealousy there also, and a complete and utter disbelief, that the lack that you both felt while you were in a relationship maybe with this person, or a business partnership with this person, has anything to do with them. There's something sneaky going off in their head that, you know, you've pulled a fast one somewhere, because they are still in lack with this Five of Coins, where you are very definitely not in lack by the end of this month. So, but there's complete and utter refusal from this person here with this Eight of Swords to put any kind of self-reflection on the issue, any kind of self-blame on the issue. So they want to come to you for the answers, and maybe want to come to you for some kind of reckoning financially. To that I would say, just like the Queen of Swords, you know, I am a Queen of Swords, so I would say jog on. You know, jog on with much love and much respect, but jog on. Because that's really the only answer you can give to this, Cancer, because it's just not your responsibility, it's not your role. Yeah, the King of Wands, to show your authority, to be compassionate. Yes, you don't have to be cruel, but just to show your authority, your boundaries, and this success that you're having is all of your own making. And another thing I would say is, you know, the proof's in the pudding, i.e. there was lack when I was together with you, either in business or in love. I'm on my own now, and there's no lack, there's expansion and there's growth, but you've come to me complaining about your lack. The proof's in the pudding, it's there, you know, the facts are there. So that's the Queen of Swords stance on this. But it's an amazing month for you, Cancer, if this resonated with you. Again, on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ten of Wands, so another 10, you know, just ending those burdensome cycles, absolutely completing those cycles that bring wholeness and bliss and growth. On the bottom of the other deck, we have the Six of Pentacles that keeps coming up in my daily reads, and there's this feeling of generosity, this feeling of reciprocity, just like I said before in the second week, where you just know, actually, and I didn't notice this on the bottom deck, you just know that your material sustainability is there, that it's coming to you, and with that knowing, you get the Ten of Pentacles anyway. And you understand that, you know, there's the universe is there to hold you and carry you and sustain you. So pretty awesome reading, Cancer. I'm so pleased for you, and enjoy the month of April. If you would like a private reading, you can get in touch with me with any of the contact details above or below this video, or you can message me on Facebook Messenger. Just put on in capitals, there's a tired little boy in the background, just put on in capitals, reading or energy work, just so I can spot your message from all of the other messages, and I'll let you go so you don't have to hear any more of a tired Theodore, and get him to sleep. And see you soon. Be balanced, be whole, Cancer. Mwah.